familiar with the VTuber or streaming community at large, then surely you've heard of the word Subathon. These can be legendary events hosted by your favorite content creators and can last anywhere from a few days to, in some cases, over a month. In this video, I'll go over what a Subathon is, how to run your own event, and some common mistakes to avoid. Make sure to stay tuned and I'll even give you my planning tools to how to run your own event for free. If you haven't heard of exactly what a Subathon is, let me explain. A Subathon is a streaming event that has goals set for the amount of subs chat is able to give over a certain period of time. In an uncapped Subathon, the amount of time is increased with each sub given, the amount set per sub, and therefore, when chat keeps giving, the Subathon continues on, but if there are no subs to increase the timer, the event ends. There are also different varieties. In some cases, it may be capped, meaning that while time may be a factor, it is capped at a certain point. Or, instead of subs, it may be based off of donations or Twitch bits. For example, last month was my 2-year streaming anniversary, the Tuniversary. And as a streamer I wanted to celebrate, I did a capped donathon. It was set for 3 days, because unfortunately I can't do this full time, and it was a donathon, meaning it was based off of donations. So when someone would donate, it would not impact a timer, but the donation would count towards the goal amounts. That being said, you can choose to do a subathon for whatever you want. Anniversaries, birthdays, fundraising, whatever boats your float. This would also help determine when and why you do a subathon, because typically there is some sort of rallying event for your chat to contribute to. Now that you've decided that you want to do one, here's how you go about setting it up. First step, you need to determine your goals. These will be the overall incentives that will keep your chat engaged. Start small. For example, 3 gifted subs, you make a tweet with whatever the chat decides you write. You can go to more complex rewards like chat orders you a pizza or unlocking a new VTuber outfit. You should gauge the cost of these goals to what you know of your chat. But it also wouldn't be bad to think of some stretch goals. Stretch goals are goals that you are confident your chat probably won't make but are there just in case. And please, think of the cost before committing to any of the goals. I see people trying to raise funds for a new model, but the cost of each goal before then would leave them with not enough for even an emote. If you were doing a subathon just to party, that's okay. But keep in mind that if you set expensive goals too low, you may end up paying to run the event and not earning funds for your special projects. In addition to overall goals, I like to add individual incentives. These are extra bonuses for each chatter whenever they gift subs or donate. It's easier for smaller communities to do this, and it really helps drum up excitement. For example, in my donathon, every $10 donation got a spin on the punishment wheel and a cosmetic Discord role. Spinning wheels are free online. You can just add a browser source, and it can add simple events to those wheels, like having to finish your sentences with "nya," doing 5 push-ups, changing the VTuber asset, etc. You can make these for whatever you like. Additionally, as a prize for your chat to duke it out for, add some top donor incentives. Every time I've given a top incentive, which has included things like VIP roles or handwritten note, there's a bit of a grand finale for that top prize. Real quick, if you like this video so far, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot and helps me out. Anyways, back to the video. Okay, so now that you have the date, type, and incentives figured out, you need to decide what the heck it is you're gonna do. Most people have collabs, but if this is a solo event, you can just skip this next step. If you are collabing, you need to figure out who you're inviting and when. For an uncapped event, you may need to repeat this as it gets extended, but this method is perfect for those time-capped events. So here's what I recommend doing. Use a Google Sheet. Link in the description for my free Subathon setup template. This is also a good template for setting up goals and incentives that you want to brainstorm. When looking at the sheet, first set your title, then days. This sheet has 3 days, but just copy and paste the section in to add more. Make sure to also list what time zone everything is in. If you have friends in different time zones, it's important to know so they don't get too early, or worse, miss it entirely. Type in the name of the event or game, add your planned time range people should expect to show up for, and change the amount of slots available by whiting out the extra spaces. Now, as tempting as it is to stream full time, you may also want to schedule some breaks. Additionally, there are some slots if you want to put times you'll be sleeping. This is your next important choice. You can either choose to keep streaming while you sleep, or turn it off and start it back up when you wake up. I am very much team turn off the stream. This is for a few reasons. One, you're not wasting electricity and just running the stream doing nothing. And two, if you do nothing and have different levels of viewership, well, most people just won't stick around to watch you sleep. And as averages work, 1 hour of 10 viewers is less impactful than 5 hours of 1 viewer. Now don't get me wrong though, you don't have to be numbers obsessed about this. However, I have seen people who are trying to partner push or go for affiliate, and running their streams like this only makes that goal harder to reach. Ultimately, just do what you want, but those are my 2 cents. But with incentives and schedule out of the way, it's time to actually invite some friends. Send them an edit access link to the sheet so they can sign up for a slot. Remember, it's best to do this in advance of the event so that they can also plan. I've done last minute invites and it is stressful. Also, make sure to invite some folks that can be on call or sub in case someone can't make it. But once you've sent out your invites, it's also handy to have a Discord. You can either have a section of your own server or just make an entirely separate event server. I have my own event server, and that way I can ping specific roles for certain events. I have waiting rooms before they join the stream, and have 100% peace of mind that some crazy Discord rando won't have access to the live stream and the voice channel. And that's basically it. Now go have fun. Or wait, actually, let me tell you some things that are common issues that I've seen pop up and how to handle them. The biggest of these things is that scuff will happen. To be a VTuber is to be scuff, and the best you can do is make sure you and your guest update all the software required beforehand, or have some alternative games to join or sub into. This is also good if some of your guests can't make it. Wanted to play Among Us but only have like 3 people? You could try Pico Park, Uno, whatever it is you all have. Along with scuff, there's always also the possibility that anyone who signed up for the event might not be able to make it. Life happens and the show must go on, so having a variety of backup plans can help make the experience fun regardless of what happens. I remember my very first subathon was for my birthday, and after a very, very generous gift of 100 subs that happened to also be hooked up to my item throw redeem, he tripped the breaker of my house. While that was unexpected and the stream did get shut off, I communicated and rescheduled. Stuff happens. The other issue I see is overcommitting yourself. If you've ever done an event like this before, it might be possible to overextend yourself and end up burnt out. While yes, this is something a community can look forward to of you streaming for hours on end, your health comes first. This is why I personally like capped subathons. Not only do they work better for my lifestyle, it also allows me to have an end in sight so I don't go over my limits. For me, my throat will get sore if I talk for too long or, being honest, scream at games for too long. And if I try to do a week-long 24/7 event, I know that's a recipe for disaster. And worst case scenario, it'll make you not a fan of streaming. So please, please keep your own health in mind when setting up something like this. Your chat would rather see you okay than get those extra hours of miserable streamer content despite what they might meme about. And there you have it, how to run a subathon or other long-form streaming event. I hope this has helped you, and if you are planning an event, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to stop by and say hi if I have the time. But that's all for today. As always, leave any questions you have in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!